Hey people, welcome back. I wanted to show you today a way to find the best trigger for your prospects based on what your company does. So to do this, like the goal would be to approach to have a trigger waterfall approach. To have a trigger waterfall approach where basically we look for different triggers. This example we have seven, if I'm not wrong. And basically, so we look at the first one. If the first one is not there, we look at the second one. If the second one is not there, we look at the third one, and so on. Is that exactly the same approach that Clay uses for finding emails, or that, for example, Full and Rich uses to find emails, but applied to relevant points, personalized, relevant lines with which you can you can initiate your cold email. Just to give you like an example of what is the final result, then we see what happens in the background. So in the intro column that you can use this directly in Smartly or instantly, you have different ones according to the order. So for example, just on Glassdoor, one of your employees said that clarity is an evolving business constantly adapting. I noticed only tech operates in the industrial sector. Okay, this is the default one, so the last one. Some Google News that users has announced a strategic collaboration with this other company to enhance productivity and monetization for AI products. This is from Google News. Notice from LinkedIn that Maha has two employees. I did some quick math and saw that Prism Tech had around a 22% rapid growth in headcount over the last 3 months. So, they are completely different. What happens is this. So basically, these are imported companies for the example from LinkedIn, but as I always mention, this is an example, and we can of course have like companies taken from whatever database. We normalize the company, we normalize the sector, and at this point, like the waterfall starts. So first of all, we look for relevant news. I published another video actually last week where I explained this part in detail, and the goal here is to find a news that is relevant, that is recent, and that is like not negative. So we have like different filters. First of all, we find it with Google News, with Predict Leads. Then we have a first filter with AI, where we ask to provide us the most recent, and we filter out for only the ones that are after September 2023, even if the title here says 2024, actually it's after September 2023. And once we have the link, here we get another filtering, news description, where basically in the prompt, I ask AI to just filter out all the ones that are not relevant. So if no data is relevant, return NA or no data found. And to avoid any political, violent, sexual, or inappropriate data that actually it's common in this kind of news. At the same time, so we get a news description and they are filtered out the ones that are not relevant. On the ones that are relevant, AI write like a description summary. You can see here. Some Google News that usage has announced a strategic collaboration with this other company to enhance productivity and monetization for AI products. This is a great line, because this is very specific. Yeah, so on Google News that Big Graph has announced its rapid graph label expanded support for network X algorithms. This is very specific. So at this point, in the case that we don't have any solution here, we look for active jobs. So found for jobs, here is the URL of the jobs, and we ask AI to write a job description. It's important if you notice like here, both in the news and even in the jobs, it's important that before asking AI to create the line that we're going to use then in the email, it's important that we ask it to provide the description. AI cannot do too many activities all at once, so if we ask it to scrape and then provide us the line that we want to use in the email, it's going to be not the best. Instead, if you ask first, based on the data, to summarize and provide us a description, and on that description, we create the line to use in the email, that's a great results that we get. And for example, here from the job openings, we get I saw on LinkedIn that you're hiring one senior product manager. I see you want them to emphasize collaboration, technical expertise in cloud environments. So this is the role that they are looking for, and these are the skills that they are looking for them to cover. At this point, something cool as a third line is this is an example, of course, like the order can change or like the triggers can be completely different based on what your target is. But in this case, we get Google News to scrape for, to look for this research, Glassdoor, to look on Glassdoor for reviews on the company. So we get links of the results of the company, the Glassdoor link, use Zenrose to scrape. So we get in here the body text. This is the exact explanation of what the reviews are about. And on this body text, we ask again, first of all, to provide the best review of this Glassdoor body text. So best review, how many people left the review, other relevant information. We want this free information that we get here, 1, 2, and 3. And on this, we ask AI to provide a positive review based on this description. So just on Glassdoor, one of your employees said that clarity is an evolving business constantly adapting. Just on Glassdoor, one of your employees said that the company is built on a foundation of strong work ethic. Last one, just on Glassdoor, one of your employees said that disaster tech is ready, mission-driven, and supported. This is great. So basically give a different line. We look at the reviews and we are basically have done our work at home. So if there is not the review as well, we look for the company. We look for finding, we enrich the company and we look for the employee count. I want to round up the count. For example, 122, I want to say almost 150, 12. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is not the best. I will correct this. But yeah, what is the point is we don't want to say you have 122 employees because it's like it looks automated. So we want to provide a little bit of round up to show that we're actually humans writing it. We have the percentage of employees growing. So even here, like same concept of rounding up to the closer number. And yes, here we have like the rounded number. The employee count is here. At this point, we do again like the waterfall. So does the company have a rapid positive growth? In this case, this is gonna be the line. I did some quick math and saw that Clarity had around 8% rapid growth in headcount over the last 3 months. Rapid growth. So if it's up above 1% in the last 3 months. If it's low, we don't have any case between 0 and 1 is low, but we to come up like this. I did some quick math and saw that your company had around 0.5% steady growth in headcount over the last 3 months. So steady growth instead of rapid growth. If like there is 0, so there is like no change in headcount, just say that we have noticed that from LinkedIn that the company has and the number of employees. If there is a decrease, we say I did some quick math and saw that Omnitech had around a 12% decrease in headcount over the last 3 months. And so, yeah, this is what you get in the end. So you get an intro column where first one, you have the news summary. Second, you have the job line that we've seen. Third, you have like the positive review line, then the headcount growth, the rapid one, the steady one, the number of employees in case there is no growth, and the decrease in case of layoffs. Sorry. In the end, like a last line, a default line in case we don't find anything. We don't want to leave like a blank space, so we just say in case we don't find any of the information before. I noticed your company operates in the sector. So hope you like this. Something important in all the prompts here, I mentioned what my company does. So I always find an intro line that is aligned with what the company does. And it's like not just something completely random, but it's like said in an angle that that knows what my company does. Okay, hope this was helpful. Of course, after you get this intro column, the next step is creating the rest of the emails. You can see that in another video, but like basically you can either have a static email where the intro column change and later a few variables change, or you can even think to personalize problem and solution based on the intro column as well. But okay, this was everything for today. Have a great one and thank you. Ciao, ciao.